loves, welcome to Glowing Naturally. My name is Cecily, or you could call me Cess. If you are new here, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. Thank you so much for deciding to journey with me in yet another video. I appreciate y'all so much. So if you have not done so yet, please hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Y'all, in this video, I'm going to be talking about anxiety and grad school. Let's get real. Let's get real, because you're going to get the realness on this channel here. Anxiety is something that I personally struggle with, and I didn't really get a grip on it until, not it was too late, but until it became super overwhelming. So there are tips that I can give from my experience of what not to do and to just really help you through grad school. This is not simply for social work. First things first, y'all, I really don't take everything I say for face value just because I am not yet a mental health professional, and I would love for you to get professional help if you're really truly struggling with anxiety, especially because anxiety can be crippling. So definitely, if you can, if you feel comfortable, seek advice from a mental health professional, and I will link resources below just so you guys can actually access those resources. And there are definitely virtual resources as well, so I will definitely try to link those below. But let's get into the video. So anxiety is something that a lot of people struggle with, and a lot of people deal with silently. A lot of people do not care to add on to other people's, like, don't want to tell other people about their anxiety because it can seem like a burden. But I will say that there's plenty of things that you can do while you're in grad school to kind of ease that anxiety just a little bit. So the first thing that I would suggest is please have community. Community is extremely important when you're dealing with anxiety. Although it's really hard to reach out to other people, when you're able to just talk about what it is that might be on your heart or you might be worried about, it could ease it just a little bit more. That's why I think it's important, one, to have a therapist, two, to have friends, family who support you through this journey. There will be people who can add on to that. So of course not go to those people who may add on to your anxiety, but definitely speak to those who you trust and you're comfortable with, just because anxiety is definitely something that can be overwhelming, and not other people may understand it. It's really hard to express how it can make you feel. Different people have different symptoms, but recognize when you're feeling anxious and what it is that triggered you to become anxious. Sometimes it's not even one thing, but just have that community. And definitely two, I kind of went into two, but know what triggers your anxiety, just so that during this time of you being in grad school, it can ease it just a little bit more. The third thing, do not overwhelm yourself. And when I say this, do not compare yourself. That can be overwhelming. Do not add on jobs. If you don't have to work, if you do not have to work, don't work. When I tell you, school and work is just like a lot, because you have your responsibilities at work depending on what it is that you do at your job, and then you have a lot of responsibilities as it relates to assignments, quizzes, due dates, deadlines, anything that it is You have to worry about that as well in grad school. And the workload is not the same as when you were in your bachelor's program. Your master's program will definitely be harder. I don't think anybody can say it's easy. If they say it's easy, it's just not easy. It's really not.
And I guess it also, this was poking out the whole time, and I'm not going to redo it. That's just period.
Grad school is definitely hard. And with anxiety, it could become harder as time goes on. And one thing I will say is balance. Please balance yourself. One thing I did not do, I did not really go out that much. I did not enjoy the likes of like turning up all the time because I was just so focused with classwork. But please find your balance. I will say maybe my second, third semester, I was just like, you know what, I really need to just have a balance. If you have a balance, you could be like, okay, you know, I'm working hard, but I can also play hard too. Don't allow yourself to just be stuck in the work because it could be overwhelming. We can go back to point 2. It could become super overwhelming if you just solely focus on your schoolwork and nothing else, and it will drive you insane. Like, you're just like, I see everybody else having fun, I see everybody else turning up, and I'm just focused on the books. Now granted, you do need to be focused on the books, but if you're that person who can balance both things, do it. I recommend do it. Go out with your friends to brunch once in a while. Go out to eat with one of your friends. And I would say set a specific day. Like, my days were Sundays that sometimes I would just talk to my friends, or I would try to go out and do something, especially because I know I'm going to church on Sundays. I would then try to just have my Sundays to be like, okay, church, brunch, home, rest, self-care. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just try to set a day and a time where you could just get outside of your work just a little bit. I would say another thing would be self-care. I'm gonna make an entire video on things that you could do for self-care while you're in grad school, because this is essential. Self-care, self-love, being able to love on yourself is so necessary when you're in grad school. You're focused on assignments, you're focused on schoolwork, you're focused on papers, presentations, everything. And when you're able to just take that deep breath and just get into it, like, you're able to just focus on you for a minute. Like, even if it's 30 minutes out of your day, if it's 2 hours out of the whole week, or you just set one specific day where you're just like, you know what, from this time to this time, that's my time for myself and me only. That will help you, because if we're just constantly running and running and running, we're going to eventually be on E. And then when we're on E, it's like you're battling with your body and your desire to want to complete something. And it's like, sometimes your body's going to win. Like, if your body is tired, if your body is exhausted, it's not going to want to perform the task that it needs to do. So I would definitely recommend self-care, finding something that you love to do, that brings you peace, that brings you joy, and do it. Indulge in it at least once a week. You have to go back to things that ground you during this time, because school, you're all over the place. So yeah, please find self-care. Anything that deals with self-care, please indulge in it at least once a week. You're gonna need it. Another one is time management, y'all. This is one of the things that really increased my anxiety a lot, was my time management, or kind of, not, I wouldn't say lack thereof, but it was just, I would think that I'm on top of stuff, and then other things get added into, so I will fall behind, and that will just raise my anxiety. And then me having anxiety makes me not want to do the work, and then me not doing the work will create more anxiety because I should have done the work, and now it's probably late, which means that my grade is going to go down a little bit. So please try to have good time management. schedule things ahead of time, do things, assignments ahead of time, because you will have professors who give you last minute work. Where's the lie? If you're in grad school, please let me know. If you have never had a last minute assignment that your professors gave you, you're a good one. And I might need to just, my dog, but I really might need to think if that's just a Morgan thing. But honestly, I was defeated last semester, but I will link that above so you all can look at that video. But you guys, I was defeated last semester. And I know that we're not supposed to say we're defeated, because with God we are not defeated, but y'all, I'm human. Above all else, I am human. I was defeated. So I'm just giving you all these tips and things to just kind of think about as you're going through your grad school journey. And if you have any questions, please leave them below. I will definitely be doing a self-care video just to give you guys some tips and things that you can do while you're in grad school, even during the quarantine. I don't know how long this is gonna last, but I'm still doing these things now. Like, I'm making sure of it, because if you have watched my previous social work video, I literally will not be graduating possibly until next May. So I definitely have to put these things into play. Self-care is so important. And even as a social worker, I kind of forgot about the self-care aspect of things. Like, when I was giving myself love and getting my massages and things, I was doing pretty good in school. And then once I stopped doing self-care, it's just like I had no balance. I had nothing to ground me and nothing to, you know, relieve that anxiety or that stress or that fear or that worry. So if hopefully this video encouraged you a little bit and helped you out, and hopefully you can use some of these tips that I gave you. But yes, you have gotten to the end of the video. Thank you so much for deciding to journey with me, and I will see you in my next one.